Hi everybody. Today I decided I was really wanting to eat some watermelon, and so I thought it would be a nice day to do a watermelon eating video because some people have asked for like some kind of eating video. And so yeah, I have watched some videos before where people are eating watermelon and just kind of chatting, and I have found that relaxing, so hopefully you do too. This watermelon was not the best. Sometimes I get really lucky with watermelon, and sometimes I feel like, I don't know. I would love to hear in the comments if you like watermelon, how you choose your watermelon, because I feel like I will get it under control and like be like, yes, this is what it is. Like, this is how I should pick it. And then sometimes I feel like I follow my rules and it's still not great. So my general idea is to get a watermelon with a really good sunspot. That's like yellowish or orange, even like close to that, where it's been sitting there for a while. And this one wasn't the best sunspot, but it was better than most of them. So anyway, it's not that great, but I love watermelon. It's probably my favorite fruit. And so in the summertime, we keep it here. And so anyway, we had a pool day today, and this afternoon I was gonna eat some for lunch, and then I was like, well, maybe I'll just save it and make a video this afternoon with some watermelon. So hopefully you enjoy and find this relaxing. I've got some watermelon in a little bowl here, and tell me what you guys think about this. I've realized, because my husband is not from the South, and he said, you know, where he grew up, he did not see this, except for my family that he knows where he lives, and they're like originally from the South, and they do this. But I like to put salt on my watermelon, and I just grew up eating it like that. But as I've gotten older and like have met more people from other places, I feel like this is just a Southern thing. I don't know if that's true everywhere or not, but you can tell me. Another way that I've had watermelon is with like mint and lime juice, and you like put the fresh mint leaves and lime juice and then like shake it up and let it sit for a little bit. That was delicious. And then I've also, like at a wedding, I have had like a watermelon and like feta balsamic like salad, and that was also really good. Like ways that I didn't eat it those two ways until I became an adult, and I really loved it. So tell me if you have ways you eat your watermelon, if you like it, because we eat a lot of watermelon around here. My husband's not the biggest fan, so usually it's just me and my son, and we tear it up. I think I mentioned, yeah, I talked about this in the last video briefly, because I've been making watermelon popsicles for him to try to minimize how much like sugar he's getting in like just the popsicles I buy at the store. And he loves it. So really, I should probably just do that. I also, at the pool today, there were kids eating popsicles that I could tell were homemade, and they looked like real fruit that had been like blended. And I saw something, where did I see that? I think it was like something for your dog, but I would do it for my kid. Where you like blend in a blender fruit and like several different kinds of fruit. So like you would blend up a bunch of kiwis together and make a layer of kiwi and freeze it, and then blend up watermelon and make a layer and freeze it on top of the kiwi, and then a layer of what else did they do? Bananas, maybe some kind of berry. And I wonder if maybe for just if I layered it like that to make them, if maybe just for the last layer that I put in, if I could add the popsicle stick, that would work, because the video was for a dog, so they didn't have a stick, obviously. They would just take it out of the silicone thing and put it on a plate or a bowl for the dog to eat it. But I also feel like even if the fruits got a little mixed together, it would still be fine. So realistically, because I don't have all the time in the world to wait for that to freeze, I would probably just blend the kiwi, put it in, blend the blueberries, put it in, blend the whatever, and then stick the popsicle stick in and freeze it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. You would love that. I would probably really love that too. Maybe I'll do that this weekend or something. The cup that I'm drinking out of is from Tzatziki's. Does anybody have Tzatziki's? It's a Mediterranean cafe. It's kind of like a fast food Mediterranean cafe. You just like order at the counter and take a number, and then they bring you your plate, kind of like Panera Bread or somewhere like that. Anyway, we just got one recently, and it was so good. We went there the other day. It was so good. And there was a group of us, but my mom was with me, and they just left to go to Israel for a couple weeks. And one of the ladies in the group had just gotten back from Israel, and she was like, this is like how we ate the whole trip. Lots of hummus, lots of like pita, olives, which is like, I love that kind of food. And so I was really happy because my mom really liked it, and so hopefully she will really enjoy the food while she's there. I'm so jealous. I feel like I would love to do that trip sometime in my lifetime. I've never been. And now is just not the season of life for that kind of trip to happen. It probably needs to happen when like my kids are older, to where either they can come with us and appreciate it, or be old enough to stay with somebody else for me and my husband to go. But they're gonna be gone for like 2 weeks, and they're gonna see so much. I just know it's like gotta be like a life-changing trip. If any of you guys have been, please share your experience, because I love hearing about people's experiences who go. When I lived in China, I remember right outside of the campus that I lived at, there was a little fruit juice shop. And it opened while I was there, and you would just go in and order a specific fruit for the juice, and it was all fresh, and they would juice it right in front of you and just give you a cup of just fresh fruit juice. You could get whatever. And I used to get watermelon juice. I loved it. It was so good. And then one time I remember being kind of sick and getting fresh squeezed orange juice. So good. I feel like I would love having a juicer like that, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I would mostly use it in the summertime, and then the rest of the year maybe not get much use out of it. Maybe that's not true. I went to somebody's baby shower a few weeks ago, and it was like a brunch, and it was at like a country club, and it was pretty fancy. And they had fresh squeezed orange juice there for brunch, and it was so delicious, so good. I know, I think it was my last video. I talked about some books. I think it was my last video, but I just started another one last night that my sister recommended, and I was going to tell y'all about this author. Her name is Alice Feeney. And a couple months ago, I read a book by her for book club called Sometimes I Lie. It was crazy. And I think I mentioned this before, but I don't normally listen to books, like audiobooks. I prefer to read, but I can't remember what the reason was, but that particular book I decided to listen to. And it's a British author, and at least the two books that I've been exposed to are set in Britain. And so it was a British person like reading the book, and I love that. It's so relaxing to me to listen to a British accent. And so I listened to Sometimes I Lie, and it was really good. It was crazy. There were twists and turns like all throughout the book. So when I asked my my sisters for recommendations for books. One of them mentioned that she was reading, it's called Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I recognized that author and I couldn't remember how. Sorry, my fridge. But then I realized she had written Sometimes I Lie. And so I only just started this Daisy Darker book, but I'm excited about it. Because I'm kind of wanting a change from what I've been reading. Like some nights, I never know. Pregnancy, sleep in pregnancy is so weird, but there's some nights when like I'm awake for forever trying to fall asleep. And so I read for so long before I can fall asleep. But last night was when I started that book. I fell asleep so fast. So I didn't get far at all. And that's when I do most of my reading, is it at night. My like fun reading, like just like fiction. In the morning I try to get up before my son so that I can like read my Bible study book or whatever, but at night I usually read fiction, and so that's when I started, but I didn't get far. Was something else. So far this year, I've read 26 books, I think. And that's kind of on track with my usual, like how much I read. Like last year, I think I read 52 books in the year, so that was like a book a week. I feel like I'm probably kind of on track right now for that, but when the babies get here, and that will probably drop. One of the reasons is because when my son was born, and I was like breastfeeding him all throughout the night, I was reading a ton because like I had the hands to do that while I was nursing him. But if I'm gonna nurse both babies, I don't really see how I can do anything else. I don't know if I see myself being able to like hold my phone also to read, because that's what I did with my son, but I feel like my reading will probably drop off pretty soon. So I may not have 52 books again, unless I just read a ton before they get here. But who knows what's gonna happen. One more piece. Mm. So good. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope this was at least slightly relaxing for you. And that everybody's able to have good rest and have a great week. I'll see you soon.